minutes from the meeting of December 12th.
I'll move that they be approved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, new business, we got waiver of residency requirements for Kyle Menarche, code inspector. And Tom's here.
And Chris Slater.
Okay.
You know,
well, yeah, here we go again.
Right.
But this is the thing from last time.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is it definitely was more reflective of how I would hope things would work.
Okay.
So should I make a
motion?
Motion to support this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. You're all set.
Thanks.
Okay. And then we have a waiver of residency for Teresa Arrington for the city. Excuse me, I can't talk too good here. But present. I think it says Trish Kepler. Okay.
So Teresa is an excellent candidate. She comes to us from United Health Services. She has a master's degree in finance. Phenomenal candidate. We're very fortunate to have her want to join us. And she was the only city she's the only candidate that we identified for the position.
Really? So nobody from the city applied?
No one that's qualified for the position.
Oh, with all the qualifications.
Right.
Okay. So is this a permanent waiver?
What do you want to do? I mean,
Yeah, how do you want to handle
want to
it?
do it? Give her 6. See what happens, or let them tell her to move in. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her. You know, I mean, I don't know anything. You know.
I mean,
Yeah, if we could do 6 months and then,
yeah.
We really should develop some kind of consistent policy. I said that before, and I think we have, but let's go with the 6 months if that's okay.
And then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a plan to me. I'll make the motion.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Okay, discussion. Oh, so next city code requiring a waiver. Well, you know what? Where's our council? Our councilman's here.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
Where is he?
Matthew's up there.
Tell him to step right in.
Okay.
Did you want to come in? We had some questions for you, Dan.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll come in.
Yeah, you're just the man we need today.
Am I
You're at the
really?
right spot, right?
Okay. How can I help?
Well, what we have is, we've always had a problem on this residency. We have to give a waiver every time somebody that doesn't live in the city.
Right,
We sometimes, mostly we give them like, unless you can't find anybody, we give them permanent, but normally we give them 6 months and tell them they have to move in. Okay, because that's part of the city charter.
Right, yep.
So what we've done over the years, and we've beaten our heads against the wall, and I've been here, 15 years, is it's a council thing. The charter's should be changed and make it, my personal thing would say make it Broome County resident, you know what I'm saying, Broome County resident.
Yeah,
And then you could,
I'm
don't you agree, Darren?
too.
I have to think about that a bit.
But, I mean, it's,
Well, I don't represent the city council
No,
as
I
a whole. I mean,
But-
I could definitely talk with
you
you.
can talk to them about it, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you guys written anything up? Have you had?
I mean, I approached the city council
Okay.
previously, a number of years ago. And it was not met in a positive manner.
Was there like a request for legislation that was put in, or was it just an informal conversation?
It was a formal conversation,
conversation.
I was requesting that it be changed to Broome County.
Do you think you could?
So
sorry.
can I just, I
Yeah.
know we have a precedence on this, but it's not a precedence I really like. So for instance, having an assessor who does not have skin in the game in some ways is a problem for me. And so I think that it would seem to me, maybe, I don't know who the onus for this would be on, but, to look through the positions and for there to be some discussion if we can make distinctions for some positions versus others.
He doesn't, I mean, for Scott, he doesn't even live within the county, so a county,
I know.
county requirement would not impact that.
Right, I know, but I also think that, you know, specifically for a position like that, you know, and I don't know if there are other positions or it's so unique that it's just to that, but I just think that I would like to have a complicate the conversation rather than just having an overall decision one way or the other.
Well, I'm not familiar with the breadth of appointments and hires that you guys have done over the years. How common is it and how onerous is it to go through the process to hire somebody outside the city when they're supposed to be from the city?
What do you mean, outside or within the city?
Outside, like how common is it that you are hiring people outside of the city because you can't find somebody in
Very,
the
very
city?
common,
Very common.
very common, except for the positions of like the street maintainers, the laborers, and the DPW parks, they're all within the city. But
Well,
once-
except like mechanics and
Mechanics.
stuff,
Mechanics usually sometimes don't even live within the county. That's very difficult.
And how difficult is it to go through the process to hire someone outside of the city?
Well, you have to just come to the commission for a waiver, but that does extend the process because if the commission's not meeting for another 3 weeks, you have to wait for that, and then sometimes you lose the candidates too.
Okay.
And they're, you know, they're concerned about this whole waiver thing that, whoa, I don't wanna leave a job and then, you know, possibly not be able to keep this next one because of that residency. And what I'm looking for is the best people to work at the city,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And being restricted to the city makes that difficult sometimes.
That does, but if I may just suggest that part of the problem also is there's, you know, in my humble opinion, it just seems that people don't, we don't get them to commit to moving into the city, you know, and so, like, if we were in California and they wanted the job, they would have to move to California, you know, and so I just, again, I'd like to have a more nuanced conversation about this, because I don't know that it's just an either or kind of conversation.
In the past, when you guys had this conversation and it didn't go so well, were you able to look at other municipalities that might have switched over? And was it a universally good result? Like how did it go?
It
for some of
depends
these
on, you know, I
municipalities?
looked at, yeah, I did check with other municipalities, and it depended on the size of the municipality. Some, you know, are county restricted, some, you know, like larger cities like the city of Rochester, you've gotta live in the city the entire time that you are employed by the city. That's a large city, they have a lot to draw from. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broome County is quite large, you know,
Yeah.
so. You know, if you wanted to send me any documentation, correspondence, anything that indicates how the conversation went last time, any research that you did last time, I'd be interested in looking at it as just like a starting point, but I gotta admit that I'm new to this, so, you know, it's gonna take me a little while to catch up to where you guys were at.
Well, at least it's a starting point, starting somewhere.
Sure. Well, we can start where we left off. I don't know if that helps.
All right, Art, we try that and see?
Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah, that works, so.
You guys have my email, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, it's all in the system.
Okay, so that's it, so other than make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay, I'll second that in a motion.
All in favor? Aye. And what's our next